Get off of me, bastards. We are out here in a storm of deerflies. Man, I tell you, I've gotten to the point where I don't even want to take her outside. She is tortured by deerflies. I had made a resolution a few days ago that I wasn't going to take her down to Otter Pond in the evening after supper. She's gotten to the point now where I head for Otter Pond out the back, and she stands at the hill by the garage and looks down at me as I walk away. I did it last night. Guilty conscience. Well, I got down to Otter Pond thinking I will just head back to the house. And she showed up. But Jesus. We are going to try to get over to the field. There should be fewer deerflies away from the woods. They should be finished. These deerflies should be finished with their season of torment in another week. Once we get into July, they go away. In most years, look how this is greened up. We have enough moisture now in the top inch or two of the soil, so that helps the grass and the clover grow. It doesn't help the large things like trees. Oh, look at that. Aren't those giants? And this moisture from the rain. I'm always surprised that things don't green up instantly overnight. It takes a few days. Maybe being over here for her distracts her enough with the deer flies, although they may be chasing her as relentlessly as ever. She can run and explore and get her mind off them. Wonderful summer clouds. Fluffies that we don't see in the wintertime. Camera didn't want to comply when I set it to do time lapse. I hemmed and hawed briefly, figuring that there was something I was doing wrong, not the camera, and of course I need to turn the dial on top. Oh, yeah, okay, I remember that now. I knew that, but I had forgotten it. Now I remembered it. Now I know it for next time. Quite a day for clouds again. And dragonflies. She does not normally quit this early. A few minutes ago I called her over to me to do a deer fly check. Well, God almighty, I don't know how she can carry around so many hidden deer flies in her ears. I did this and I felt one. I crushed it against her skull. Well, it promptly flew out anyway, along with two others that I had crushed. Oh my God, those things are durable. Last night I came out onto the front stoop around 9:30. We had storm cells popping up all around us most of the late afternoon and evening, and off all I could see through the trees openings was a huge, bright, dark pink form. Oh my God. Well, obviously a storm cloud catching the sunset colors. There was nothing I could do to get at it to see it. I could run down Otter Pond, but it was a little far to the east or the west. I wouldn't have been able to see it from there. I could have run out to the highway. I looked at the radar, and the only cell to the south was, God, at least 50 miles away. So that thing must have been 30,000 feet high. Gorgeous. I so badly wanted to see it, but, well, I didn't even run in the house and get the camera. It was bedtime. I know. A dedicated photographer would have. When this time lapse is finished, We're gonna walk down to Dennis's bridge over the bog. Suki's swimming hole with the diagonal bog log. $65 left out of 500. Wouldn't even know there's a trail here almost anymore. Brown-eyed Susan. Thundering hooves. Yeah, it's 10 degrees cooler in here. It's a bit perverse, but on occasion, this time of year, I begin to think about and long for fall, when the living is easier outside. Oh, there she is. I thought she was behind me. Deerfly biting me on the finger. Bastards. Boy, they are nuts. I've got a brother of a brother-in-law who, for years, I guess, has refused. Once deerfly season arrives, he does not go outside. He stays inside, either in his car or the house or a restaurant. He's not a drinker, so he doesn't frequent the bars, but he, for the 3 or 4 weeks that the deer flies are around, he, oh my God, they're landing on the camera everywhere, 2 or 3 of them at a time. There's not even hardly enough room for 2 of them on this little camera. Anyway, I think that's a good idea. I'm almost tempted to do that myself. No, not sit on the camera, but not go outside in deerfly season. I can fully appreciate why somebody would do that. Only thing worse than a deerfly bite, well, I guess would be an alligator bite, shark bite. But in the Northwoods realm of bad bites, a horsefly. When you live up here and you're a kid or an adult and you go out swimming, and for instance, swimming from a boat or a pontoon, and you climb up back onto the boat out of the water and you sit comfortably on the boat, a horsefly loves wet skin, and they love the toes. When they bite, you don't feel them for the first however many seconds. Once you do, oh my God, you slap at it, maybe you kill it, maybe you don't. But then for the next 15 minutes to half an hour, where the bite was, your foot swells up and your toes don't want to move because they're swollen up and they are stiff and hot. It's a real memorable experience. Once you've had a horsefly bite, oh my God. Well, you learn to, when you get out of the water, you dry yourself off immediately. But of course, most of us forget that from year to year. But I'm happy to say I haven't had a horsefly bite for years. I stay in the house for the 3 or 4 weeks that they're active. And horsefly is about twice to 3 times the size of a deerfly. They got the same wing shape, swept back like a fighter jet. Ooh, they are ugly. They are ugly in the sense of painful bites. Well, here we are. I don't know what I'm going to do here. The view of the sky is more limited than it was on the field. Okay. Remember just a few weeks ago we walked through here and it was ground level. Dry, dead grass. I was noting again last night, sitting by Otter Pond in the evening, that it is remarkably silent down there now. Silent in the sense of noise, but silent in the sense also of movements, activity. There's very little compared to a month ago. Man, I remember a month ago it was just crazy with action. Am I in your way? Hold on. Kill that bastard. Got one over here? Yeah, you got a couple. There's another one. Oh. Well, let's get out of here. Come back in the fall, mid-October, after a good hard freeze. That really is something to look forward to, you know it? Sunny October days when there's no bugs at all. Air is dry and sun is warm. Ooh, I'm getting excited. Saw my first grasshopper hopping yesterday. Get off of me. I still have not seen any frogs in the front yard or a toad, other than the little tree frog, I think it was, that I photographed 2 or 3 weeks ago in the stones outside the back door. Cute brown guy. I wonder if we've got a pop-up rainstorm developing. That'd be fun. Well, I looked away for a minute as that firework was going off and turned back, and Suki's gone. She has never been upset by gunfire or fireworks, but I guess she's gotten sensitized to it. She's no doubt up at the house trying to find sanctuary. I don't see her. There's some things about summer I do not like living out here. Ah, shit.